layer information for flexible presentations. We've all had the experience of finding out just before we start our presentation that the schedule has changed and we no longer have as much time as we had planned. Or we have a different audience than we expected, or some other variable has changed. So there we are, ready to go, and the presentation we had planned no longer fits as well as it should. Now what? Talk faster? Just randomly skip parts? Beg forgiveness and go ahead as planned? Well, none of these options are really acceptable. So what can we do to avoid these situations? We can build flexibility into our presentation through a concept called layering. That way, when things change, so can we. Layering is a method of using your visuals, your handouts, and your words as separate components that each serve a different purpose. They're each used in a slightly different way to help you deliver your message. This method of creating a presentation lets you drill down to the depth you need for the audience you have and the delivery time frame you're given. When you have created a layered presentation, you can choose, on the fly, the amount of detail you'll give to each of your topics. Then you simply determine what is needed at the time and make adjustments. In other words, layering your presentation lets you choose the level of detail appropriate to each delivery. It helps prevent data dumping, rushing through more details than your audience can absorb in your allotted time frame. And it lets you adjust your delivery as you go depending on the audience reaction to your information. Let's take a quick look at the various layers. Your visuals are what you display for your audience. They may include PowerPoint slides or charts. They could also be samples of products that you have with you, or they might be illustrations, photos, graphs, data, or important text material. Using visuals lets you control exactly what you want your audience to see, when you want them to see it. That way, you focus their attention on one specific topic, then change that focus as you move on to whatever is next. Let's look at another layer. Your handouts are information that is too detailed to project or hold up in front of the group. Anything with lots of text, multiple components, or complex data should be delivered using a handout. Projecting or holding up something and then saying, "You probably can't read this, but," is not good for your credibility. Simply put, if it's too busy, too small,